Welcome to the first weekly show of the 2013 Asia Pacific Tennis League Queensland Conference, and I'm here with Travis Dragljo. And Trav, a new initiative this year. We're going to try our best at an ATL show, see if we can make any form of semblance of something that's okay. But thanks for joining me, and here to preview this weekend's action of the Queensland Conference of the ATL and some fantastic matchups starting this Friday night at Shaw Park. But before we get into that, with a new franchise this year, very exciting. We have the Tennis and Vault on board.
Yeah, Matt, we've got obviously Tennis and Vault, who are supported by Return Serve, captained by Maverick Baines, and got a lot of young and current international players. Obviously, a lot of rumours been going around that they've breached the salary cap, as you'd say. So looking forward to it. Obviously, defunct team this year, Tennis Brisbane Tornadoes, but having the Vault on board is great.
Now, as you said, they've put together a fantastic roster, so we'll preview their matches shortly, but someone that's certainly going to shake up the competition this year. But our home team on Friday night, the Shaw Park Sharks, they can't wait to host their home ties. A great crowd on hand in 2013. Their men's team opened the season against the new franchise, Tennis and Vault. Bumper matchup to start the season. How do you see that match going?
Shaw Park Sharks have a young player, Oliver Anderson, who's just come back from Junior Davis Cup in Mexico. So he's been in some great form. Obviously, you've got Logan McKenzie, Stephen DeWard, current world-ranked players on the and playing really well on the ITF circuit. Great team. Obviously, Tennis involved with Maverick Baines, Daniel Dossiter, Thomas Fancart. Great teams, and actually heard a whisper today that Benjamin Mitchell is going to don the Vault jersey this week. So
heard it first here on the ATL show.
Heard it first. Benjamin Mitchell. Watch out for him on Friday night.
Very good. Is James Duckworth making an appearance? Part of that squad.
Mate, talking to Prangley upstairs, I don't think he's going to make it, unfortunately. So hopefully we can see James in the later rounds.
Now, to open the Shaw Park Sharks women's season, they have a rematch against the 2012 fellow finalist Beenleigh Blaze. Great match to start the season, and should be a great crowd on hand for this one. How do you see the Sharks and Blaze going? And a quick tip.
Again, the Sharkies have got a great women's team. Rachel Trudeau, Leanne Hong, Priscilla Hon, and Nate Baines, two young girls who again have just come back from Mexico from the Junior Fed Cup. With the addition of Nate Baines, I'm going to tip them as the team to beat this season. Obviously, Beenleigh, you've got Shannon Stojanovic, who's been a great player for a number of years, and obviously young Kimberly Birrell, who's been doing really, really well on the ITF Pro Circuit as well. But definitely see that match going the Sharks' way.
The Tennis Brisbane Chargers men's defending champions opened their season against last year's third place getters, the Beenleigh Blaze. The Chargers, unfortunately, without their star player and spiritual leader John Millman, but still a great lineup.
Unbelievable, mate. You've got Robert Smeets, Gavin Van Pepperzeel, Joel Lindner. They've added Caden Hansel to the lineup this year from the Tennis Brisbane Tornadoes, so the list goes on. And obviously going to be a tough team to beat. Blaze are good though. You've got Johnny James, Johnny Stojanovic, Mark Draper, so still a great lineup, but again, tough to beat the Tennis Brisbane Chargers.
Very consistent, the Blaze, and that'll be another great match. The first time we will see the Tennis and Vault women's team, led by Isabella Holland on Friday night, fresh off a Pro Tour win in Toowoomba about a month or so ago. She takes on her former team, the Toowoomba Tigers.
Yeah, well, obviously Isabella and Monica Wainett, former Toowoomba Tigers players, so taking them jump ship to the Tennis and Vault this year, and got Kayla McPhee, who's just won an AMT on the weekend at Wynnum Open, and Andrea Dikasavljevic, who's had some great results on the AMT and Pro Circuit this year. So they've put together a great women's team also, and obviously they're going to be tough to beat, especially against an inexperienced Tigers lineup.
Sunshine Coast Breakers, very experienced men's team. They open their account against the Toowoomba Tigers. I see this being as a tight tussle Friday night. Tigers, brand new roster this year. Mark Richards remaining from 2012, along with Josh Baranchia. How do you see this tie going?
Well, last year at Beenleigh we drew 3-3 and lost unfortunately on a comeback on sets, but hopefully this year we can get over the line, and the addition of Hugh Clark and Mitchell Tams, a couple of ex-college players, obviously Josh Baranchia. We've got a really, really well-rounded lineup there, and obviously my former team, so a special place there, and hopefully they can get over the line. But again, with the breakers, Luke Harvey, Callum Partagill, and Peter Tremacki, Andrew Craftsman, some great doubles players there, Matt. So going to be tough to beat again.
Now you won't be ringing any of the scores as they come in. Is your heart still with the Tigers, or now purely working on the conference going to stay impartial?
Going to try my best to stay impartial, but obviously got a little soft spot there for the Tigers, and I'm hoping to get a jersey there.
Free shirt. So Gavin Wright, if you're listening, we do need some new shirts for next week's show. So if there are any spare Toowoomba Tigers shirts lying around, I grew up in Toowoomba as well, so we would both be keen to get our hands on one of those. Our final match to round out Friday night's action at Shaw Park, Sunshine Coast Breakers women's team against the Tennis Brisbane Chargers. Two fairly young sides here, Travis. How do you see this match going?
Again, it could be another tight match. You've got Summer Delabonna, Jamie Gilbertson, and Katie Lee, who's a former college player. So very young lineup with the Sunshine Coast Breakers. And then again on the other side of the coin, you've got Tennis Brisbane Chargers, Christy Scott, Olivia Tandramilli, a couple of young girls, and they've got some really good experienced players in Helen Parsons, Deanna Roberts. So again, could go either way, leaning towards the Sunshine Coast Breakers though.
Glad you don't sit on the fence. Very good. Now, I hear a rumour, I'm not sure how often it is you get to see tennis players that have been number one in the world, but we have that opportunity this Sunday, the 10th of January, 1 p.m, Kawana Tennis Club. Australian tennis legend, former world number one, two-time Grand Slam champion, Pat Rafter, playing for the Sunshine Coast Breakers. Can you believe year 2 of the ATL and we have a former world number one participate?
It's unbelievable. Looking forward to it for a number of weeks, obviously after we found out he was playing, and actually had the pleasure of seeing Pat out in action against Harry Styles on court. So I'll tell you what, he's striking the ball clean, and he's going to ruffle some feathers this weekend. Now,
the Breakers, it's a marquee matchup. A lot of people will lose sleep over this. They're playing the Tennis Brisbane Chargers, traditionally the strongest men's team in the ATL Queensland Conference. Who do you think will Pat play all Sunday? Are the Chargers going to play it strategically and try to stack their lineup? But they've got great depth. If you had to pick one player, who do you think is his opponent on Sunday?
If I had to pick one player, again, with the, obviously you can rotate the roster this year, it could be anyone. Speaking of Gavin earlier on, he'd like to have a crack at him, and Robert Smeets. For me, it's got to be Robert Smeets. Has to be Robert Smeets.
Very good. Well, we look forward to that matchup. There's some great tennis happening all weekend. Now, I need a chip. Breakers, Chargers, Sunday. Amazing doubles team, the Breakers. Andrew Kratzman, former Australian Open doubles finalist. Peter Tremacki, top 30 in the world doubles. Pat Rafter, Simon Merrin, great doubles team. Who are you picking?
Mate, I'm going to have to say that the Chargers are really going to have to step up their game in the singles, because those two doubles ties could definitely be proven pivotal and could well truly go to the Sunshine Coast Breakers way.
Well, heard it first, tipping an upset in that tie. I'm hoping it's going to be a great weekend of tennis, just in terms of make sure you bring your whole family along. Matches start at 6 p.m. Friday night at the Shaw Park Tennis Centre in Wooloowin. Parking is going to be very tight on Friday night. We're expecting a big crowd, so please make sure you bring the family along from 5:30 p.m. And on Sunday, the ATL starts from 1 p.m. at Kawana Tennis Club, with Pat Rafter's match on at 1 p.m. on Court 6 at Kawana Tennis Club in Bedina. But Trav, before that, we've got the Super 10 starting on Sunday as well, so get down to Kawana Tennis Club early to watch our best 10 and under players here in Queensland in action, as well as activities for the whole family. I've heard there's even an animal farm.
Animal farm. Fast to serve, mini tennis. Yeah, it's going to be a great day.
Live music at both ties, so bring the family down, and we can't wait to see you for the 2013 Asia Pacific Tennis League Queensland Conference. Travis, thanks for your time, and I'll see you for next week's show.
See you later. Thanks, Matt.